What's up, everybody? It's Hardy Construction. You can find us on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram. Did I miss anything? I don't know. Who cares? With your host, Comp and...
Crack whore.
And... You threw me off.
Sauce.
From horrorharbor.tumblr.com. Oh boy, what a long night it's been.
No, you didn't introduce
True.
her. You didn't say...
Yeah.
Didn't I just ask her name? Wow, everybody's
I
on
said poop
drugs.
sauce.
We're all high because we've
My name
seen
is
3
Poop Sauce.
terrible movies. Anyway, this is Thea's Time of the Month, which Thea goofily gave half of it to Danny. You know his thing? You pissed me off?
You know why? Because it's also my time of the
No,
month.
it's
his
not.
time of the month.
Danny, this whole
Yeah.
fucking show is your time of the month, you jackass. Because I'm like, where's my time of the month? The month where it's my birthday, we don't even do a fucking, we don't even do episodes on
Well,
January.
that's your time of the month. You don't have to do
You
this
rat-
terrible show.
you're both rat
okay,
finks.
Here's the thing, though.
I tell Thea...
You have a month where you could pick 4, so...
Here's where Thea... This is what happens. I say, hey, Thea, because we appreciate you on the show. I made up the... I was like, let's give Thea her own month. And then, like, two years into it, then she goes, let's give it to Danny. Let's give him 2 movies so he could pick 2 horrible movies.
Because I'm special,
Always
man.
horrible movies. Horrible movies I don't want to see,
We have
and I have to see them.
We have a Scorpio
Oh, shit.
kinship
My
that
micro-
you just can't understand.
You can take your Scorpion and go to hell with those shits. Anyway, today's film is...
Shocker, 1989.
Shaka, 1989. After being sent to the electric chair, a serial killer uses electricity to come back from the dead and carry out his vengeance on the football player who turned him into the police. Directed and written by Wes Craven, starring Michael Murphy, Mitch Pileggi, John Tesh. Why does it not say Peter Berg's in this, right? Yeah, Peter Berg.
Yeah, he's the main
Famed
guy.
director Peter Berg, even though he's listed 4th on the IMDb. Danny, why the fuck did you pick this movie?
I've seen the cover forever, and also it's a Wes Craven,
Yes.
so I just thought...
That poster is great for the movie.
Yeah, I've seen this poster, like, forever.
Yeah,
I've
my
just
whole
always
life.
been curious. So.
I remember the trailer for this film as a kid, looking outside, and I was like, wow, cool. He jumps around TVs, and that doesn't happen until the last 2 minutes of the movie.
So misleading.
Very misleading film. It's more akin to, what was that? There was a
Like
Denzel...
Lawnmower Man.
There's Denzel Washington movie. What is it called?
Virtuosity.
No! Get the fuck out of here. No, it's Denzel Washington body jumping film with demons and stuff. I think it was called Fear or something. Denzel.
It reminded me of The Frighteners, kind of. If that makes any sense.
Fallen.
Everybody? All
There's
right.
a Fallen.
Never mind.
There's a movie called Fallen. Who's listening to Thea?
But there's also a Denzel Washington movie about a virtual
Yes, I know.
serial killer.
That's with the Gladiator guy. But yeah, there's a movie called Fallen with Denzel Washington where it's a demon that jumps between people's bodies. I never saw that one. I assume it's good because it has Denzel Washington in it. And also,
No.
there's a film called it's with Lou Diamond Phillips, and I think it's called it's called The Power, The Ultimate Power, or some shit like that, which is an awesome.
I got the power.
It's an awesome. Shut the fuck up. It's an awesome demon jumping movie, and there's also a Treat Williams science fiction. Or no, not Treat Williams. The guy from David Lynch's Twin Peaks. The main guy. What is his name?
What, Coop?
Coop. He has a movie where he plays an alien that jumps from bodies to bodies and stuff, which is apparently a really cool movie. The First Power is a Lou Diamond Phillips movie. Anyway, so all those movies are the same other thing. So this is what this movie is. It's a body jumping horror film until the last second, where it becomes some science fiction extravaganza, which I think is probably the best part of this piece of garbage movie. Wes Craven.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, it's
This is 5 years after he made Nightmare on Elm Street, which is a great movie.
Which
I
is
think he must
also
have lost his mind or something.
why did you write dreams into this
Yes.
fucking movie so pointlessly when you've done 5 movies that are specifically about dreams? Like, this is such garbage.
And he was trying to-
I think the man is obsessed with dreams.
he
to
was
the point that he
trying to
went
get
mad.
away from Freddy Krueger, and he just does this movie instead. He might as well just call the fucking
Yeah,
guy Eddie
I don't
Luger,
get
and
Literally.
whatever the fuck else he
Isn't
called
that like a steakhouse? Oh, no, it's Peter Luger.
Peter Luger. I don't know. I feel like Wes Craven one night was like really bummed out. He goes, "Listen, we got you a deal with this movie company. Write a film and direct it yourself." And I swear to you, I think he went to a fucking graveyard, pulled out a corpse, ground it up, and smoked it. Because I don't know what the fuck he was thinking when he wrote this shit. Because this is all.
What I
It's
think he did
crazy.
is, I think he got really stoned and was watching TV and was like, what if you could jump through and in and out of TVs and then just like retrofitted a movie out of, like, he worked backwards.
I mean,
from
that's the
that
plot
part.
to Stay Tuned, basically.
Yeah.
Stay Tuned is a really good movie.
Maybe he was just
That was
watching
great, yeah.
Stay Tuned. Did that come out before this?
Yeah, no, that came out before Stay Tuned.
Okay,
Stay
perfect.
Tuned
He was
in the
watching
90s.
that stuff.
So here's the thing. This film feels like it should have fun moments where it's so bad that it's fun, but I wasn't having fun watching it.
No.
And it's so
I
weird.
had fun at first. Once it starts getting into, like, the jumping in and out of the
That's
bodies,
great.
it just gets so stupid.
Oh no, I like the jumping through the TV
I wish I
scene.
had gotten honestly, because of what the movie is presented as, which is like he's in an electric chair and then he starts to jump body to body. I knew that going in, based on the poster and the whatever.
Okay.
Right.
But
I assumed the whole movie was
it
him
takes
jumping
them
out of TVs.
So yeah, it takes him so long to get to that point of him being in the fucking chair
Right.
that I was like, I'm bored now.
No, I liked him being a serial killer, and I liked him having electric powers.
Okay, but either or, you know.
But once it got to the point where his body's, like, popping in and out, everybody's like, oh, okay.
I
get
was
it.
super confused at Peter Berg's acting, because Peter Berg's a pretty decent actor.
He was bad.
And he's also he's sort of like who's that guy? Michael Bay light in his directing, where he has really flashy directing. He does a lot of these, what do they call, operator core type of films, where we're like following CIA or FBI guys, those type of films. He also produced the first season of The Leftovers, and he was in.
cool.
He was also in the first episode. And he's a good actor. And in here, like I was like, this motherfucker. This must have been before he took acting lessons or
Probably
something.
he
Wes
was young.
Craven was like, act worse. Like, as he's directing him, he's like, okay, make this part look really stupid.
And they did say that this was a horror comedy, but it's very light on comedy. The part that I actually laughed, which is like the most base sort of stupid humor, is when he like ran into the football
Little girl.
goal and then tripped over the fucking water and stuff like that. But I mean, like
I like the little girl scene. That was funny.
I couldn't even.
That was kinda funny.
funny too. I couldn't believe that Heather Langenkamp once again was in this movie, and I did not notice her.
Where was she?
I don't know.
I saw
It says
that later,
Vic.
and I was like, where?
It says in order of appearance, and it says victim, and I'm like, I didn't
you
see
sure?
her in the fucking yeah. Because remember,
Oh, so he
sure?
must have killed her in the beginning. Or
Danny, remember we saw that movie, that really strange.
Hellraiser one.
No, that other strange. Was she in Hellraiser? Oh, she
Wasn't
was.
there like a
Yeah,
weird
that's it.
cameo
Yeah, that's
in
the movie.
Hellraiser?
I was gonna come say she was in another movie, but she was in Hellraiser in a role where you don't even see her face. And they were like, Heather Langenkamp's in the new Hellraiser
Starring
Judgment.
Heather
Blah, blah,
Langenkamp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially, that was a big thing on the internet. Oh, Heather Langenkamp's in this new piece of shit. Oh my God, Thea, you got to see that movie. It's so bad.
It was.
Which
You
one?
were-
I've seen many of them.
Heather, I was gonna
It's the last one.
Hellraiser Judgment. It's so awful.
I haven't seen Judgment.
It's so bad. Anyway,
It's
so with
bad.
this film, Mitch Pileggi, who is the Skinner from X-Files, and he's like the boss of Scully and Mulder. Now that show went right to hell. I didn't even bother with the latest season that came out. And Scully, the actress, who for some reason gets hotter as she gets older, she sort of has that effect. What the hell is
Fair.
her name?
Tig.
Everybody knows how
Massager.
she's hot. Scully, she's like, I won't do the show anymore, so I guess there's no
Gillian
more
Anderson?
X-Files. Gillian Anderson. Anyway, Mitch Pileggi, who plays a straight-laced guy there, plays sort of a wacko nut job in this one.
I did not even recognize him fully, but
Really?
maybe it's because he doesn't have glasses.
I guess
yeah.
so. People find him, like, the ladies, like the nerd women, think he's like the
Yeah.
hottest fucking guy ever on X-Files.
Really?
They like that.
Interesting.
They like that whole older man
He's got good
vibe.
bone structure.
I guess so.
I've got a real thing for people in orange jumpsuits who jump in and out of TV.
But also, why does he have an... Heather pointed this out. Why does he have an orange jumpsuit with, like, racing checkers on it?
He was racing to the grave. That's why.
I
That's
guess
true.
so.
He does have the checkers on.
I did like to. I did like that I saw John Tesh in this movie. There's a lot of people that goof on John Tesh because I used to watch Entertainment. And here's the thing: as a kid,
Alice Cooper was in it. Too.
Entertainment. I knew you were going to see that. Entertainment Tonight used to be a show that actually covered cool shit, like nowadays Entertainment Tonight is finding out what kind of fucking shoe
Butt
Kim
plug?
Kardashian wears. No, that'd be better.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure she's a big one. But back then they would go behind the scenes of Demon Knight and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's what Entertainment Tonight used to
And be, like, on set and stuff.
Yeah, cool stuff like that. Now they're finding out people's hairstyles. Like, who gives a fuck? But now you got the internet to see that type of
Stupid
stuff.
people
Anyway,
do.
John
My
Tesh.
favorite My favorite cameo in this movie is Ted Raimi, baby Ted Raimi.
Yeah, he's like out
He's
of
so
no.
cute.
Which version of him do you like better, this one or Midnight Meat Train? Because at least Midnight Meat Train, his head exploded.
I mean, he loses eyeballs. In Midnight Meat Train,
Danny and I
so
actually
fun.
liked that movie. But also John.
I did like that.
If you didn't know,
It's
John.
wild, but it's kind of fun.
If you didn't know, John Tesh did the theme song for, I believe, the NBA's. You know, he wrote that, so he's a
Does he
really
make
Really?
money off
he's a really
that?
famous piano guy. He did it. Anyway, so Peter Berg is playing Jonathan Parker. So Danny, since you picked this piece of shit, explain what this movie is about, please.
Explain.
Oh,
Explain it.
man. Okay, it is about a serial killer who is just killing all these people. Oh, my God.
It specifically
And
kills families, right?
He specifically kills families, and
I
he's
kinda
not getting
wish he
caught.
had like an MO, you know?
And then the fucking son of the police chief or one of the
Foster
head police-
child.
foster
police chief.
child
Correct.
has a dream
He's not a real
about
son.
where you guys are so cruel. Has a dream about where
Apologies
that
to
guy
anybody
is.
who's been adopted. What Thea just said
Yeah, I
is
don't
very
actually- I don't
disgusting.
These
actually
guys are
mean that.
monsters,
I
and
don't
I
mean that
accept
at all.
Alright,
that you
continue,
guys are
Danny.
unloved bastards. Anyway, so then he has a dream about where the guy is, and he tells his dad, his foster dad, and you know, the rest is history. From that point on, executions, jumping through TVs, electric fingers, everything.
I mean, the writing in this is incredible. Like, incredible in a
There's
bad
just
way.
too much.
I couldn't
There's just
believe
too much in it, you know?
that part where his
insane.
I didn't expect his girlfriend to get killed in the film, but she does, and he's able to walk
and then
in
she
and see
comes
her
back
dead.
as a fucking
Oh, I know.
ghost.
Let's get to that part. But I can't believe he walks into the room and no cops stop him, and he's able to see his girlfriend
No,
mutilated
and
in
he
a
just
fucking
touches
tub.
the entire crowd.
Well, they do yell at the cop.
He
The dad does yell at
puts
them.
it. He looks into a room full of her dead corpse with blood everywhere. He touches blood on his hand, and he's shocked by that. I didn't understand it.
You know the part where I knew it was a terrible movie?
The beginning credits.
Was-
Kidding.
No, the part where they jump into that lady's living room
That was
and they're
awesome.
fighting,
Oh, it
and the
was way
lady's
before
just
that.
like, "Yeah, got him. What are you doing?" Like, just like it was like some kind of like
Honey.
Roseanne Barr humor.
I
Like, it
will
was
say,
weird.
I will say this about that scene. That scene
Yeah.
was so beautiful. I'm not bullshitting. It was so beautifully shot and such great art direction in that
Yes.
one scene
Yes.
was better than the
Yeah.
entire film because the walls were busy. The placement of the actors. I'm not kidding when I say that was when I saw that scene. I was
No,
like,
yeah,
"Wow,
it
this is
was-
fucking
it was
awesome
good looking.
scene."
I'm sorry. There was like a 20 by 20 painting of a kitten framed on the wall, and I could not stop looking at
It's
it.
almost like John Waters did that scene and they put it in the
was
film
beautiful.
because it was a good
It was
scene.
actually beautiful.
The rest of that's why I say
Right.
the last 15 minutes of the film are only worth watching in this movie because everything else
fair.
was like too
Because of that
stupid.
scene.
And oh my Christ, that
don't
there's
know,
a scene
man.
where he finds out that his father is Mr. Shocker. And like he's telling him, "Yeah, boy, you shot me through the leg. That's why I walk with a limp." He jumps into
But he's saying it's. We're
that
not
why the
sure
little
if it's
girl was
true
limping?
though.
I
We're
was
not
so
sure if that's
confused.
true. Yeah,
Yes.
no, every single character he possesses is limping, and
You
it
think-
does not make any sense.
Yes, because
you
if
would not
you're-
limp if you were a different person.
Yeah, he's in a different body.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit!
his soul has a limp. Is what he's
Let's
saying.
talk. Let's talk about this ghost girlfriend. I couldn't believe it.
cannot.
I could not believe that.
Cannot.
That
It
was the
doesn't make
worst.
Any sense? It doesn't make no sense.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. The boyfriend sees this ghost woman 3 times or two times,
Yeah.
and then he goes swimming, and then he's frightened of her when he sees
And
her
then
the
he's
third
afraid.
time.
That was
but then
weird.
he's
Why
like
was he
afraid,
scared
but
of
then he
her?
gets like turned on. It's
But
very
that-
It was very
confusing.
strange how he was frightened of her. What I found strange was how she shot a lightsaber out of her chest.
That was also strange.
That's when I was telling you guys, we were chatting, and I was like, this has become an anime. It's become a Japanese cartoon.
Yes.
Because he's being attacked by Mr. Shocker, and then she comes out of a corner. It's not like she fucking portals in there. She comes around a corner, light blue and see-through, and I was like, this is like a guy, like there's a show called JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, one of the greatest animations ever. It's about these people that can make ghosts come out and fight each other. And that's what happened in the scene. And I was like, this is a fucking cartoon. What was Wes Craven smoking when he did this? Because in reality, you realize how bizarre it is in film. Because she comes out, and it's like, it's almost like Wes Craven. like Wes Craven obviously has a creativity to him. Obviously, if you watch A Nightmare on Elm Street and all that stuff, like you can see the difference between his first A Nightmare on Elm Street with the nightmare scenes, but then you also see the difference between that and then the what the guy's name, Chuck or whatever his name is, the guy who did the third one. You notice how different the dreams are in those type of films where the dreams are more aesthetically. The dreams are more aesthetically weirder in the third film as opposed to the first one, which are a little bit more closer to reality. Where, you know, like him walking down the narrow hall, street.
Yeah, so you don't know if it's a dream or not in the first one. Yeah.
So he has that kind of. It's not a warped sort of dream aesthetic. It's more of a normal, like, sort of boring sort of dream aesthetic, which happens here. Not to take away from, obviously the guy's creative, but I think with dreams, it always bugs me. It's almost like Inception. You guys watch Inception?
No, I kind of refused. Everybody,
it's a great movie.
Shut up about
to me, it's a great movie, but
it's good. It's a good movie to watch once.
But
for sure.
Yeah, but it's that type of film where the dream, like if you watch the dreams in Inception, you're like, what the fuck kind of dreams are these? Like the most boring vanilla dreams ever. But then again, do we really know what kind of dreams we have? Like most of us forget what kind of dreams we have. So in
you can
these
make
type
yourself
of dreams,
remember it.
These
I
type
have
of
bananas dreams.
These can you give us one?
No.
Okay. So these kind of dreams in this one are a little bit better, more better in the sense that they're expanding upon the Nightmare on Elm Street dreams, where they're a little bit more creative, but they're not to the film's betterment. They're sort of just bizarre and stupid. So the whole
I think you could have lost all of the dream scenes.
The fact
and not lost. Most
There's I wanted to say a thing before that I forgot to say. You know the scene where you were saying that you like the art direction when they jump out of the TV or whatever in that lady's house. It reminded me of that music video, and I was trying to figure out what the name of it is. It's a terrible song to me, but the video's awesome. "Turn Down for What" by Lil Jon. And they're like falling through the floors of this house, and it's like a party. It's like really funny. It's just an awesome video of a guy falling through the floors of a house over and over into like people's living rooms and shit.
I have never seen that video, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Even though I know that song.
Turn Down for What, Lil Jon. The music video is awesome.
How did he convince his coach and his teammates that
to murder himself?
No, to that his dead shocker dad was around killing people by jumping through electricity. How is he able to do that? Like, because they were like, what? You know, and then they believed him. And I was like, his coach was like a 45-year-old African-American guy who's probably like, bullshit. You know what I mean? In real life, he'd be like, get the fuck. He would have gave him a drug test right there.
His one friend, like, fully saw him. Or at least experienced that he was having prosthetic dreams about him.
That's true. That's the thing I did like about this film, was that he had true bros in this movie. Like, his bros came out to help him, and fucking Ted Raimi was like, not even talk. He didn't really speak in the film. He just got killed.
No,
and then
he had like 2 lines.
Yeah, and then the coach kills himself, Pac-Man, which is an awesome name. But I did like his other bro, the guy Rhino, who was helping along.
Yeah, what kind of names were these for them?
They're football guys. It's their nicknames.
Is that nicknames? Because I knew football guys in high school, and they didn't have names like that.
Okay.
Then they weren't doing it. They weren't playing football then, I guess.
Sophia, what was your unfortunate accident with looking up this film?
Oh, I stupidly tried to look up I mean, I was Googling it without putting in, like, Shocker movie, Shocker, IMDb, whatever. So, you know, you get the other Urban Dictionary terms, and the first thing that came up was a thing that I have never seen before in my life. The first thing was Urban Dictionary, and says more Shocker euphemisms. Quote, checking her fever with 2 in the beaver.
Very good. Here's the thing.
That's nice.
I think I'm the only one in this podcast that has not done the shocker to somebody. I'm sure you two have. Really? You haven't? Danny had to. Danny's a freak.
Testing the fever with 2 in the beaver?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, sure.
Danny, two in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Right, that one I've heard.
Done that.
But, like, I hadn't heard
Yeah,
that
see,
one
Danny's
before.
done that.
You never heard that?
No, I've heard two in the pink, 1 in the stink. I haven't heard the fever beaver one.
See, I think it's insulting to call it the stink.
Yeah, I think so too. It makes it
I think
gross.
I mean, it does stink. It is where your poop comes out. I don't need to put my finger.
See, I don't know who you were hanging out with, but no, actually,
I don't poop. The people I know don't poop.
Okay.
And I don't think Danny
I don't
necessarily did it
associate
on
with
someone. I
people
think it
who
was
do
done to
such
him.
base-
They only puke.
They only puke and they pee solids, and it's horrible.
This is grotesque. I'm offended by this talk.
Uh-huh.
I'm disgusted. Okay,
Can we talk about my favorite thing that happened in this movie completely?
please do.
What?
When the lazy boy fucking came to life.
That was pretty good.
That was nice.
I also like
And
the
gave him
little.
a hug?
I like the little detail when the top half of him became Shocker Man, and his hands still had gloves the color of the the armrests for the chair.
Yes.
This is.
It was
This
really,
movie
really
is so
early
stupid.
CGI.
I
It
want.
was bananas.
And no, you know what? I liked the whole TV scene. I thought it looked fairly good for the time that it
I
came
thought
out.
it was.
Yeah.
Was it
that
that bad
was
for
to
you?
me
Find
the
it-
worst. It was the worst.
I just
Really?
didn't find it. Yeah, I didn't like it.
It was so stupid.
No, I just
And it
like
went
the.
on too long.
I think that's what they were
Yeah.
selling the film on, is that, but that sort of nutty, crazy sort of finale. Because listen, a lot of films, I mean, do you guys know off the top of your head any films that sort of had that third act where everything sort of just goes berserk, like
Yeah,
off the wall?
they do it well though.
Which ones? Go ahead, name them.
I don't know. I can't think off that. Dead
seems
Alive.
like
Dead
someone's
Alive.
full. Okay, there you go.
Oh, Dead Alive,
And it seems
Dead
like
Alive.
even films like Gangs of New York, like the last 30 minutes, 20 minutes of that film was like berserk, and it's like a totally normal film until that last part. So I think that's what they were going with this, and that's what the trailer sold it as. The trailer sold it as a guy who jumps out of TVs and electrocutes them. What the fuck was that scene where he worship? I think he worships a TV god or something.
Yeah.
What was
the
that?
fu-
Okay.
Do you know what the god said to him?
Go ahead, say what it was, because I was about to look
He
up what.
fucking said, "Wait, where was it? Oh God,
Was
I
it
wrote
like
it.
let's
I
do
wrote it
this or
down.
something like that, right?
No, it was like, you got it, baby.
Yeah, it was.
Is literally what
It sounded
said to
like
him.
it was like I think they were doing what was his name? Who's the singer? New York, New York. That guy. Oh,
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra's like, you got it, baby.
Yeah.
This you
Is
know what?
that how the devil sounds?
Well, it's the TV god. It might not necessarily. It may be
Yeah.
something out of
who knows?
a Neil Gaiman book.
Neil Gaiman, yeah, it's
Right.
the American God.
That's fair.
Did you say Neil Diamond?
No, Gaiman.
Guy.
Oh, okay. But
Or
yeah,
Gaiman, I don't know. I
here's the
Gaiman.
thing. I hadn't seen this film until, I guess, tonight. And I remember my friend had seen the film at the time, like this is around the 90s. He told me about that specific scene in the movie, and I was like, I don't want to watch this movie. It sounds stupid. And then I watched the scene. I was like, wow, yeah, he was right. About 20 so many years ago, it was so stupid because he was
weird.
How does this guy get the chance to electrocute himself? What did he
Yeah.
do? It was
How
all,
did he get jumper cables and a TV in his
no.
cell?
I like the fact that he bit that guy's lip and then bit the guy's
Yes, that was
fingers off.
good.
That was pretty
Also,
awesome.
do you know that you wouldn't see electric like that? Like,
Of
It
course
doesn't make
not.
any sense. No.
and if you could see like an electrical arc like that, like it would like cut holes
It
through your body. It wouldn't
seemed-
electrocute you. It would cut you.
Here's the
It
thing:
felt to me like a weird Child's Play ripoff at that point, because he was doing like weird black magic to try and bring himself.
oh boy,
back,
you guys want to hear
Yeah.
the this is a rumor of what the new Child's Play film is about.
Oh,
They're
God.
making another one. Oh god.
No. The original Child's Play is still going to be done with like a movie and a TV series with the actual, Brad Dourif and all them. Now, Universal has the rights to make a sequel to Child's Play or remake their own one. So listen to this. I hope this is bullshit.
Competing?
So I'm bringing this up just for your reactions of it. In the new version, Chucky is not possessed by a serial killer. He is a doll with Chinese technology that has rogue AI in it.
Oh
Fuck
no.
off!
What?
I can't.
What?
I quit.
So this is what they do with these movies.
Ridiculous.
Here's the thing with this type of movie. It should have been. I think people.
That can't be real. You're joking.
No, Google it. But people.
No, you say that, but I can fully imagine that being real.
That way they don't have
That's
to pay
so-
Brad Dourif or whatever. But this type of
That's
film,
right.
it has a huge following, obviously, like cult wise. Much like I'm assuming it does. But
I don't assume.
what was that? What was that movie with Eddie Furlong where he's playing like there's like a demon clown like in a video game Brain Scan or something like that? Like those
Okay.
weird, obscure sort of horror films. Like how you and I like The Gate, and you and I are the only ones that ever liked that movie or saw
How
it.
is that not a popular movie though? It's
I have
so
no
good.
clue. But
The Gate is a legitimately good movie.
it is.
though.
But you know what's funny? I watch, Joe Bob Briggs. I never watched Joe Bob Briggs until recently. I am totally in love with that guy's show. You can find all his stuff on YouTube. He's like a horror host, but he's actually funny and he's like informative and stuff. He's a very smart man. And he gave The Gate like 2 stars. He gave Pee-wee's Big Adventure 2 stars.
What?
I don't know.
That's insane.
But he's awesome, and I'm gonna actually go see him soon.
Look, some people are just wrong.
I get it. Yeah, I know, because
Yeah,
The Gate
he's
is awesome.
wrong. Like,
This
he is
movie
wrong.
deserves 2 stars, or at least a 1.5. Not, it's not 1.5 stars. It's not awful, but there's just such bizarre character logic in this film that makes no sense. Peter Berg's acting is like the worst acting I've seen.
Bad.
Because he has this
It's
weird.
bad, and he looks like a chipmunk, and he can't talk
Oh my
around
God!
his teeth.
Stephen King and Steven Spielberg. Oh no! Never mind.
Yeah, okay. Had sex with each other.
Yeah.
Peter Berg,
Maybe.
young, because Peter Berg now is sort of like this handsome, rugged guy. He looks like he's wearing, like he skinned off Ethan Hawke's face and is wearing it incorrectly on this movie. And he's got like this weird Bostonian accent or some strange sort of accent with it. I just did not get behind his character. I just did not. I was just like, this guy sounds like a fucking dolt.
It's
And
a
then
real,
he became
It's a real dumb.
I don't
movie.
even know how they killed Shocker at the end. I don't know how he got him.
Honestly, yeah, I don't understand what
I also
happened.
don't. I don't
He dived into
understand
a video
any of that.
camera.
Because they're
and
they're
there was
in the
blackout or
TV.
something.
They're literally in the TV world in one scene. Then he jumps out, and they weren't jumping out of the TV. They just walked to another side, and they were already in that room with the news reporter. It made absolutely no
Yeah.
sense. So I don't know what the
Also,
fuck was going on.
We really glossed over the whole plot point that his girlfriend just like inhabits his body now.
Yeah,
I
what?
don't-
Yeah, and
What
why?
about when he
That's-
has sex with someone else?
She's in him now.
The only
She's
That's
thing,
gonna
how
be
he.
in
That's
him
like
when he's
how he
pooping?
jumped. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make sense.
like, is it
He's
the
going to be jerking off about children, and she's going to know.
yeah.
anyway? So it's the power of his love that I guess fought Shocker off with that pendant or something. Because that reminded me of The Gate too, when the little kid's rocket. Which signified the love of his sister for him and their
Right.
family
Cute.
relationship. That was cute. Here,
made
it just made
sense.
no sense.
This
And,
didn't make any fucking sense at
and
all.
it made sense
Yeah,
in
it
a
was
way
stupid.
where Shocker has this electric power that his son has this sort of weird psychic power that's brought on by a concussion, I guess. Not
Also,
really.
he,
But
like-
they also said he wasn't necessarily his son the whole time.
I
Also, he
believed it.
dives down into a lake at night
Yeah.
and finds a fucking locket? Like, how?
No, she gives it
That's
to
insane.
him magically, remember.
Oh, right, okay.
With her.
His next
sex
movie after
powers.
this was The People Under the Stairs, right? Yeah, it was right after this he did People Under the Stairs, so that
Well,
was
that's
that was
a
a better
fun,
one. That's a fun
awful,
movie.
but fun movie. You know?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is crazy. And listen to me, I've always had that.
Listen.
I always had this notion that metal music is terrible when it's used in horror films.
This.
And what they did in here is they used hair metal, which is 30.
Yeah, worse.
I can listen to hair metal. Like Dr. Feelgood is a fucking awesome song. There's a lot of cool hair metal songs from back then. The hair.
And a lot of cool metal too. But
Yeah.
like, this is bad.
The hair metal
Yeah.
in this is like it seems like they went to Wes Craven and they were like, this is gonna be a great hit. This song's gonna be awesome. I'm Shaka, and it's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm sure Wes Craven was
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure, that's good. I'll put that in there. It sounds great. He didn't know
Wes
what
Craven had a breakdown when he made this.
I'll tell you this: during the movie, Wes Craven, I was watching a better movie than this one. Oh boy!
Shocker.
What a shocker that was, right, folks?
What's our rating? What's our rating?
Thea, what is your rating for this horrible pile of this movie, Shocker?
I'm gonna give it 4. Your best friend is 8 million times cooler than you are. Should have been the lead character, and also lazy boy hugs are great. Out of 10.
That was incredibly thought about. I would give this a 5 out of 10.
Really?
No, 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. I'll give this a 4 out of 10. I'll give this a 4 out of 10. Being led away by the cops while asking your father's, your foster dad, ask him about it, ask him. Danny,
There were some really great lines that I really need to revisit.
I'm
Danny,
gonna
what's your rating
give
on
this. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 12.
wow.
A
Fair.
4 out of 15.
Yeah,
Okay,
4 out
that
of
makes sense.
15.
that feels right.
Possessing a body. It's a totally different body than your body, but somehow your soul has a limp.
So with
You have
that,
a gimpy soul.
so with Thea, what is the final word?
Presidents.
Danny, what's the final word?
Klimt, the artist.
The horror deconstruction.